Hello everybody, welcome to the Finger Lakes Regional Airport. It is 24 degrees, quite a difference from last week. A little bit breezy, not terribly windy, but a little breezy. And there's some snow on the ground. So we're going to get started. Sorry I started a little early, but I'm here, so I figured might as well. Hold on, I got to deal with a couple things. Hopefully you're all well. Winter has kind of sort of returned. So, quiet, Ferris. Oh, I'm going to deal with one more thing. 1 second here. You know, maybe that's all I have to deal with. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Anyway, I went inside and I checked for a snowy owl, and as usual, I found no snowy owl. I'm trying some different things here from a technology standpoint this week. We'll see how they work. It's the first time I've ever tried it. Never even tested during the week, but it looks like it's working. So, let's get underway. Let me just verify that everything is up and running. I think everything's up and running. Hi, everybody. I would say, looks like here, maybe a couple inches fell overnight. I know I had to do some shoveling at home before I left. It looked like maybe, I don't know, I think I may have had a couple inches to shovel. Some of that may have been wind blown, but I don't know. Anyway, what have I seen here? While I was inside looking out, I did see what I believe were a couple of horned larks. I saw a few American crows, and I saw in the distance some hawks in the air, but I could not tell what they were. A couple of them anyway. I would guess they were red-tailed hawks. That's the most likely. It's possible they were something else. As I drove here, and you know, I didn't drive all along Cayuga Lake, but as I drove here, looking out on Cayuga Lake, not much activity. There were some mallards here and there, some Canada geese here and there, and I didn't see much else. I may have seen one other duck species, but I didn't stop to take a closer look to determine what they were. So anyway, quite a difference from last week in terms of weather conditions. It was warmer, and you know, I had mentioned last week that the weather was looking to become colder, and it definitely did. We were also at one point looking at some significant snowfall, but that never really arrived. Did have a little bit of snow, I think, was it yesterday, and it melted right off. I never had to even deal with it. Oh, you know what? I take that back. I did a little bit of cleanup just where the wind had accumulated the snow, and that was it. But today there's more snow, worth shoveling, definitely. I didn't talk with him, but the gentleman who's today in charge of the airport, he was outside the entire time I was there, and he was tending to snow here and there. I imagine he also had to plow the runways. Say my from a bird watching standpoint, my week was unremarkable. Nothing out of the ordinary. I had wondered, with this return to cold weather, would I see the a large flock of ducks at the southern end of Cayuga Lake? The last couple of weeks we've seen that flock at the northern end, and it was, I believe, my guess is it was the same flock that had been at the southern end weeks before. But it seemed like, okay, they moved, farther north, and I wondered if they would return, head back south, just in case conditions had become poor for them at the northern end. I doubt it. Those look like dark-eyed juncos that just took off from the side of the road. Anyway, I think things would have to change quite a bit more, maybe freeze over a bit before you'd have that flock of ducks, heading south again. That's my guess. More probably juncos. The dark-eyed juncos, they I've told you before, but they seem to be the first, or among the first, to arrive at my bird feeders in the morning. It's always good to see them. I think I just saw, hold on. Just saw some horned larks, I believe. Let's see if maybe we can have a look at some. They're not a huge concentration of them, but let's see what we can do here. Give me a minute. Got a different way of doing things today. The coldest it's been for us in a while, at 24 degrees. They're not very close wherever they are. Hold on, I'm going to have to look for them a bit. Well, they're not really obviously there, so let's continue on. I did also see in one of the fields near the airport what I believe was probably a northern harrier, but that was before I even reached the airport. And it was flying around. I couldn't be certain as to what it was, but I was fairly certain. Just give you a quick look over here at a red-tailed hawk. from a technology standpoint, I'm doing things just a little differently today, and I may have a few slip-ups as a result. I'm just not used to it. And as I reach this intersection, I should be able, at least with my eyes, be able to see, how, if the northern end of the lake is frozen. It doesn't look like it is. I didn't expect it to be. I mean, it's, overall it's still been relatively mild. The nights have become cold, but like during the day it's been reasonable. So, a deep freeze has been a little bit difficult over the past week. Just so you know, also, there's a chance I have to do some equipment testing this coming week. So, if I do happen to start streaming one evening or something like that, it's because of a test, not because I'm having a tour. I don't... First of all, I think I'm seeing that large flock of ducks out there. I'm not positive. It's hard to tell from this distance, but I believe I saw them, and not on ice. They're on liquid water. So. Tell from here. So, today is the 17th of February. Not only have we not seen any snowy owls, I haven't seen any rare bird alerts regarding snowy owls, and I'm guessing we won't be seeing one this season. But like I've been saying in prior weeks, I intend to continue looking for them. You never know. And I think back to the first time I had ever seen one myself, and it was also the first one we ever saw on the tour. And its location was just at the end of outside of the end of Wildlife Drive, completely unexpected, and so you never know. And as I've said before, I mean that's why we're out here, because we don't know. If we knew exactly what to expect, things would be, obviously very different. I did go to, I went to Sable Road as I have been, all season long. And, I'm driving along, and I realized I was doing what I always do on Sable Road. I keep looking at every single direction. Is there a bird there? 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 Because it's not just the possibility of an owl, but there are other, I've had other good sightings there. So I'm, it's constant looking around, and I imagine if anyone were to see me doing that, they'd think, boy, this guy's really lost, and just, he's completely clueless. Could go to the visitor center, but I don't think I'm going to. I want to just continue, I think. I actually, at one point today, just reading the weather forecasts and how things were, and then even, just seeing how things looked like they might turn out, I consider not coming up here today. Just maybe staying around Ithaca. And once I was driving, on this side of Ithaca, it was like, okay, not too bad, but there was one stretch where it's like, oh boy, not that it was like the worst conditions ever, but in terms of bird watching, it would have been awful conditions. Relatively poor visibility, etc. It was actually bad enough that I actually turned my headlights on, and that, you might say, well, why is that a big deal? Well, normally I don't have a need to turn the headlights on myself. Normally they come on automatically, but it was dark and I wasn't running my windshield wipers. I didn't need to. And normally, if you, with this vehicle, if you run the wipers after a short moment, or a few moments, the headlights will come on automatically. And but it was dark enough, and I wasn't, as I said, I wasn't using the wipers, so I eventually actually turned the lights on myself, turned off the automatic setting and turned them on manually. Had me concerned because I might forget that they're on, and I didn't want to have a problem later leaving the headlights on, having it drain the battery or anything. Although I think they would eventually turn off on their own. I would say that as I drove here, usually I'll see a few hawks here and there. Sometimes I see quite a few hawks. I didn't see any hawks as I drove. Not a single one. Smaller birds just flew from the edge of the road. They were juncos, and I just saw a cardinal or two. Also, northern cardinal. Oh, there's a car behind me. I'm going to pull over. Let's see. Let it pass me. Oh, on Sunday, here is one, I don't know if it's remarkable or not, but this past Sunday, I walked to the window to look at my bird feeders, and guess who was there? A couple of common grackles. And I don't know if they just followed the other birds and found my bird feeders, or if they were prior visitors from prior seasons. But they were doing what grackles do. But I haven't seen them since. I did not see them any time after Sunday. I see some Canada geese on. Let's pull over here. I see a few Canada geese on the Maze Point pool. Let's give it a quick look here. Just a quick look. You know what? Let me lower the window. You can see there's a layer of ice covering much of the pool, but that area where the geese are is open. Anyway, the common grackles and the starlings tend to dominate my feeders. I don't mind them having food. What I don't like is when they make it so nobody else can get any food. That's what bothers me. Is that something over there or not? Probably not. No. And over here I don't see anything either. What's that? We're going to have to deal with some heat shimmer today, even though it's cloudy. Just keeping things as warm as they are in the car. I should probably lower the temperature a bit. As I open the windows, sometimes we're going to have that heat coming out and produces the heat shimmer effect that I complain about. Nothing going on here that I can see with the naked eye. I mean, I don't even see any gulls flying around or anything like that. The water's open. Again, not a surprise. We haven't had that much of a deep freeze, so for things to remain open isn't surprising at all. A little bit of ice here. Both sides, actually. I saw a crow down there. I see some gulls. The crow, well, I don't know if the crow's still at ground level or not. It flew away. Nothing really out of the ordinary. Who's that? That's one of the crows. But no raptors that I can see. As you can see, there's some ice here. And I would say the same, hold on, the same is true on the other side. But there seem to be maybe some geese in the distance. just the Canada geese. I don't see anybody else at this time. But things are obviously not frozen solid. You know, it could be our time in the Montezuma area will be short. I don't know. So far, we haven't seen all that much. And today may not be a good bird watching day. I mean, that can always happen. Come on, let's go. Oh, by the way, I saw someone seem to bring up the subject of my not that, you know, let me back up. I see some crows, by the way. I don't. I just don't have I don't usually have a habit of going through the entire, the entire tour from the prior week and looking at all the chat. But I might look, at certain portions of it for one reason or another. And so in doing that, I happened to notice that someone had wondered about the weight of my tripod. And quite honestly, I kind of wondered about it myself after seeing that question, and I did I roughly added things up, and the reason why I say roughly is because I didn't get out a scale, but I just looked up the specifications for each of the parts. I should say most of the parts that make up the tripod when I'm carrying it around at Sapsucker, for instance. And I think I came to a total of between 14 and 15 pounds. And that includes the tripod, the scope I was using last Saturday, and the tripod head, etc. So I'd say between 14 and 15 pounds. And one of the items, I can't remember which, I couldn't get an exact weight. I was seeing like the package weight, and that usually means the packaging, if you were to buy it, is included, and so I wasn't sure. But the number I came up with was like 14.7 pounds, and then that's again with the package weight. However, it did not include the quick release plate that I use. So I figure if there's extra weight for the packaging, it was probably canceled out by the by the quick release plate, which I didn't include. So I'm thinking between 14 and 15 pounds for that. If I use a heavier scope, then it's quite a bit different. And of course I can use a heavier tripod too. And maybe an extra camera, and maybe this and maybe that. So I mean it depends on what setup I'm using. I tell you, you know, I love the bird watching aspect of this, but I think I've said it before. Sometimes there are technological or logistical or whatever problems, and it's fun to come up with a solution for them, or at least I should say rewarding. You know, if you have a long-standing problem and you finally are able to solve it, it makes a big difference. Then again, I have some long-standing problems I have not yet been able to solve for my to my satisfaction. I think sometimes, well, one of these days I'm probably just missing one key thing or one eureka moment. Why don't I do this? Oh, finally I figured it out. You know, I mean, some of those you know, those things can be rewarding too, certainly if they're figured out. I remember when I was you know, planning on my trip to Nebraska, I was really concerned as to what I would be taking, and you know, and the reason why is because I had to fly there, and well, let's see, birds, they're probably horned larks if I had to guess. Maybe not. Hold on, I want to pull over. I thought I heard something. Where'd they go? They're horned larks. Are they all horned larks, or is that a... that might... could that have been a bunting? Maybe not. Hold on a second. We're gonna just see if I can get away with this. Luckily, there's not a lot of traffic on this road, but let me yeah, I think there might be a snow bunting with them. Yeah, we've got some snow buntings along with the horned larks. We often see them together. Okay. What do I want to do here? I happen to be a big fan of snow buntings and horned larks. Oops. Someone spilled some birdseed. I wonder if the birds will find it. Hope so. They're not at the bird. They're not where someone dropped the birdseed, but in fact they're flying up ahead of us. I hate to disturb them. Actually, you know what? It might be for their own good if I do disturb them. Maybe they'll go back and find that birdseed. I hate to keep moving them farther away. Let me just go right through and maybe they'll turn around. Good, they're not. Yeah, more snow buntings by the looks of it. Oh, mourning doves. 3 mourning doves in the maybe more were there. At least 3 were there. Probably 4 or 5, I guess. They were in the middle of the road. No surprise they were in the middle of the road. It may not be a lot of snow, but that snow is covering things. Actually, looking around, it kind of looks not deep, but it's 2 or 3 inches here and there. But we often, we'll see a lot of the smaller birds. We've already seen, or at least I've seen, dark-eyed juncos, cardinals, near the edge of the road because, the road gets, as they plow the road, maybe they clear a little bit and maybe there's something some food that the birds can find. Same sort of thing here. These might not be. 1 second. Yeah, they're horned larks. There's birdseed over there. Okay, we're going to wait for a car or two. One car approaching, the other car behind us. Maybe. Well, chances are this is a good area for the horned larks. We've got cornfields on either side. Now, granted, there's snow on the ground, and it's covering that ground. It's just the stalks that are poking through. I was thinking about leaving some of it on East Road, but I'm going to leave some here. I don't have a lot of birdseed, but I brought some with me. Oh, car coming. Now, we've got too much traffic here, so we're going to keep going. But I still see the horned lark. Special place in my heart for the horned larks, for the snow buntings. I believe both are experiencing diminished numbers. Definitely the horned larks. So, hey, out of the road. I've long had, anytime I hear that about a species, all of a sudden they become a favorite of mine. So, I hate to even disturb them. I never want to disturb any bird, but whenever I know that a species may be in decline, I just have a concern. Now, if you think about it, conditions, as I've mentioned, are much different than they were last week. And I think we're soon to realize how different they are. If we go to Route 31 like we did last week, you may recall last week we saw lots of gulls, and there were ducks and swans and some Canada geese. They were there in the fields. Today, there's likely snow covering those fields, and things may be very, very, very different. Last week they had, I think, everything they needed. They had food, they had water. Today may be a different story. And today, if the Knox Marcellus Marsh is not frozen, and I don't know if it's going to be frozen or not, but if we find that it's not frozen, that could be a draw for birds. And if those very, very shallow puddles in the fields along 31 are frozen over or covered by snow, they may not provide the water or serve as the draw that a larger thawed body of water would. So looking ahead, and it's going to be more difficult for me now looking out there, because it's lots of small birds. I don't know what they were. It looked like sparrows, maybe. I don't know if they were house sparrows or not. But looking out on the fields, now there is snow, and it might be more difficult for me to see the white birds, if they're even there. So far, I don't see anybody. See some pigeons. But as I look around now, on the left side of the road, you know, it's a cornfield, and you can see the stalks poking through. Oh, there's some birds out there. One second. Is that a harrier? Where'd he go? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. So on the left side of the road, with the naked eye, I see nothing. I don't see any bird activity at all. There may be some further along, but not here. And then on this side, not much. So let's drive this way, and maybe, you never know, something may become obvious. 1 second here. There, that's better. And, you know, you never know. There could be one spot where there's, you know, some open water and it's drawing birds. That's very, very possible. But as I noted, there's snow on the field, so, you know, in terms of food, it's probably not as good a draw today as it was in the last, you know, over the last few weeks. Nothing is jumping out at me. I wonder, given how the winter has been and, you know, the warmer temperatures, I wonder if birds such as the rough-legged hawk, if they've already begun heading north. That I don't know. I think I see a couple crows, a few crows ahead. Yeah, several here and there. More on the left-hand side of the road. And as I look to my left, most of the water does seem to be covered with ice. And I didn't see, for instance, any ducks or anything. Prior weeks we had seen, you know, maybe quite a few mallards, a few American black ducks, some pintails, northern pintails, I guess. I'm not seeing anything here. Okay, let's turn around. Plowing here. Let's so just turn around right here. See some mallards on the Seneca River. got a vehicle not too far from us, so, or not too far behind us, so I don't want to stop unless it's something out of the ordinary. So we'll head to East Road next and see if everybody's there, or who knows where they are. I suspect we will not see them there. Not see a lot of birds there, but I could be wrong. But my guess is that the marsh is frozen over as well. As I've gone through my day today, the weather has been, frequently changing. Early on there was snow on the ground and it was still snowing, and then later on when I was shoveling, it was like, oh wow, no snow at all, and it's sunny and beautiful at this moment. And then like just as I was driving up here, same thing, constantly changing. Going from very nice to kind of ugly. No, I want to look at something. One second. It's nothing. Never mind. The thing is, I knew it was nothing. I just wanted to look at it one more time. Reading 27 degrees now, just so you know. Oh, more birds. Side of the road. Anyway, as I was saying, when I was preparing to go to Nebraska, I agonized over what I would take with me because, as I had said, I was flying there, and I was concerned with what I could carry, what I could pack and carry, and I gave it a lot of thought. I sometimes go home at night and just look at what I had and how I would deal with it, and could I, for instance, break down my tripod and fit it in my suitcase? And like at one point there was a certain tripod I was going to use, and so obviously it wouldn't fit even just compacted down, but it wouldn't fit under any circumstances. Just would not fit. And as it turned out, I ended up taking a different one, and I'm glad I did, because the one I ended up taking was significantly lighter and really overall did a good job for me. We're going to use the rest of my birdseed here. Okay. I don't know who those little birds were that I just saw a few minutes ago, but maybe they'll find that food I left them. And hopefully be able to use it. Thinking, and I often actually think this, as when it's a cold night and a bird has to use quite a few calories, a lot of energy to stay warm, and so if I have bird seeds or bird feeders properly stocked and everything, and a little bird can come and have breakfast first thing in the morning, doesn't bother me any. It's been through a cold night, and if it can have a decent meal before the starlings come and disrupt everything, that's all right by me. Marsh is just coming. I don't know if the wind is picking up, but I mean, my driver window here is now covered with moisture because the snow is kind of blowing around there on the right hand or on the left hand side of the car, not on the right. And you know what? Looking down on the marsh, it looks like things are frozen over. I'll look around, but I don't think we're going to see much here today. Let me look with binoculars. I don't see anything, and I don't even see any. I don't see any water that's obviously open and free of ice. Let's continue on. I'll keep my eyes on it a bit, but I don't think I'm going to see anything bird-wise. If they plow this at all, or if they just clean the ends that are paved with asphalt and leave them. A bunch of birds just flew from the side of the road, including some juncos, I think. Gotta love the juncos. I wonder, it's almost like, I don't know, I wonder sometimes if some of the birds that visit my feeders are like, where's Ferris? He's got to come and scare away the starlings so he can eat. so far, the Montezuma area itself has been disappointing. I even at one point kind of sort of almost considered just canceling the whole day. I didn't think it would be all that bad, but that's why I'm here today. And really, in terms of getting around, it's not bad. The roads are essentially clear. I haven't had any problem with that. Sure, East Road is not particularly clear, but that's not. In fact, if anything, in some ways, it was easier to drive with the snow on it than it is with just the dirt. But so I mean, that hasn't been an issue. One second, let me look at something. Oh, I see an eagle. Hold on. And in the distance on the right, I see, I'm not going to give you a good look, but a couple mergansers. Looks like a common merganser to me. Maybe just one. And then on the other side, we're going to back up a bit. Hold on a second. On the other side of the road, I want to back up a bit and line up my window. Might get a good look at a bald eagle. I see a gull in the air. Okay, this might be a nice view. Okay, hold on one second. Here's some crows, of course, also. Hold on, let me get things steady here. While you're looking there, I'm going to look around a bit. I see another eagle. I'm not sure I can get it for you. Hold on. And I'm not sure if it was a full adult or just pretty close. Hold on. A second eagle flew up here somewhere, I think. I'm not sure I can see it. I know it landed there, but I don't know exactly where. I'll look with binoculars again. I don't know where that other eagle is. Oh, there it goes. Hold on. and it's not going to be flying for to a convenient spot. This flew, relative to us forward and then across the road. I don't know where it is now. And as for the second eagle, I'm not sure where it landed in those trees. As soon as it had landed, I had lost sight of it, but so I don't know where the eagle we did get a look at. I don't know where that went. Okay, we're going to continue on. Let's go into Maze Point. I just want to drive in and look around a bit. Still have the Canada geese on the water. Just want to see if there's anybody else around here. I doubt it, but you never know. Oh, I see an eagle in the air. Maybe that same eagle. And it's about to fly right over the road. It is over the road now. And don't know where it went. I lost sight of it. We'll turn around here. I think I just saw it again, but it's not where we could see it because it's behind the trees now. All right, we're going to continue on. Okay. In the air above Shocky Pools, and a couple gulls. I'm not sure what they are. .28 degrees. Hold on a second. What do I see here? Is that a crow? Probably. A couple crows. Yeah, up ahead. we don't always take it. We're going to take a quick detour to just take a look, realize that I've wasted my time, and then we'll continue on. But I want to do our check for the screech owl, just in case. Highly doubtful that we'll see anything, but you never know. Oh, there must have been a few cardinals or at least a couple cardinals and some other birds by the side of the road. Let's go in here. We'll take a look. Again, I suspect we'll see nothing. Great to one day be surprised and actually see what we want to see here. Maybe the sort of thing I have to get here first thing in the morning or something to see, anybody. Binoculars, I see nothing, but I'm going to look with... Yeah, nobody there that I can see. And who knows, maybe now's not the time of the year that it would use that hole in the tree. Let's continue on. I mean, if it's used as a nest, I can understand it's probably not even nesting yet, but I don't know if it would also use that just for shelter. I have no idea. Over the years, when we've seen on the tour, we've seen, let me see, 3 different owl species in the wild. I say in the wild because we've seen owl species like at, a Cornell Raptor program presentation. That doesn't count. But we've seen, as I recall, 3 different owl species. We once saw a short-eared owl at the Finger Lakes Regional Airport, just that one time. We've seen snowy owls, and we've seen barred owls. And the barred owls, we're in their territory most often. And I often will wonder, okay, as I'm walking through Sapsucker Woods, where are the barred owls? Where are they hiding? Where could they possibly be? And every once in a while, it's just a delight to happen to find one. And I would say the sightings I've had of the barred owls, it's been 50-50, roughly 50-50 as to how I found them. Whether I found them on my own just happening to see them, or a vocalization from the owl has given me the clue. And there have been one or two times when it's human beings have pointed them out, or at least told me of them, in a certain area. But there have been a number of sightings I've had over the years where I wouldn't have known had I not heard a call. And then there are other times when I just have been lucky enough to spot one. A screech owl is a small owl. I've never seen one in the wild, and I very much would like to see one. But I say I would like to see one. It's not simply because I have never seen one before. There are species of birds that I have seen before, and I just, I often think how I very much want to have a good look at one. And, one species that comes to mind is, pileated woodpecker. We've had some good looks, but, I always want a better look. Not at a feeder or in the feeding garden at the lab. I'd much rather see it in a more natural setting, in a tree doing whatever. The woodpeckers that come to my own feeders are two species. It's downy woodpecker and red-bellied woodpecker. And I like seeing them. There's no doubt about it. But I'd much rather record them when they're in a tree or something more natural. Same thing with the tufted titmice that frequent my feeders. When they're there, I could get out my camera and record them, but to me, I just don't enjoy that as much. Okay, we're going to pull over here, right here. I just want to take a look quickly at the water down there. Okay, I'm not seeing, from here, I'm not seeing the large flock of ducks that we saw the last couple weeks. One second. There's some gulls there. I'm not seeing that large flock. Maybe a little farther south. I don't know. I thought I may have seen them, as we were heading, away from the airport into the Montezuma area, but I'm not sure. few ducks out there, not many, just like a handful of American black ducks in 2 different spots. We're going to keep going. Oh, who's that? Looks like some common mergansers. Let's just take a quick look. Come on, don't do that. How do you get like that? Okay, that's better. Where'd they go? So those are common mergansers, and also over here we had American black ducks. Let's keep going. I had thought, like I said, when I first had that glimpse of the lake, as we had left the airport, I had thought maybe I could see the large flock of ducks, but that's not the case. I see a few more American black ducks, but we're going to keep moving. I don't really want to. Oh, what was that? Nobody. And it could be that I was just wrong, seeing with the naked eye from that distance, or maybe they are there, but I haven't seen any sign of it. I thought I had seen when I was looking from that spot. I thought I had seen a number of dark spots on the water, but that may not be the case. It could have just been the choppiness of the water itself, making it appear as if there were birds on it. I see some birds in the air. They might be ducks, but I'm not sure. Not a lot, but. I see. Oh, here's quick look, just in case we're not supposed to be here. We're gonna see if we can take a better look. 1 second. Oh, that's a ring-necked duck right there, and that's a canvasback redhead. I hear a red-bellied woodpecker, by the way. And did I see any? Yeah, we've got some scops there too. Now look, see these scops? See the white flank? and the blue bill there. Contrast that with, let me find one. Look at this bird here at center. See the white, like triangular shape at the shoulder? That's a ring-necked duck. So the ring-necked duck and the scaup are similar, but that's the way I use. It helps me distinguish between the males of the two species. Look right there. We have both. That's a scaup, and this is a ring-necked duck right here. Canvas back. This is a female scaup, I believe. I think that's probably a red, oh, I don't know. So, I'm going to move the car. The varieties are similar to what we've been seeing the last few weeks. This is a relatively small flock. It's not the huge flock that we've been seeing, or at least I don't see a huge flock here. You know what? It could be that it's all that it is, going along the shoreline quite a ways, and I just can't tell from here. Just taking, who was that? Okay, we're gonna switch. Could be that it's, it could just be that it, goes all along the shoreline quite a ways. It's possible, but I can't see that from here. We saw redheads, scaups. How does this get like this? Probably, I'm guessing greater scaup, ring-neck duck, canvasbacks. So a few different species there. We see these various species fairly often, and I'm not seeing that flock from here, so it looks like it was just a relatively small flock. It's not like it's going, spread out all along the shoreline there. But if you look at any one of those species that we just saw, if you think about it, they're really beautifully colored, and even the mallard that we see often. You look at the male with his iridescent green head. I mean, he's really special himself. I see up ahead. It looks like yet another flock or something. But what did I see closer? Looks like a couple common mercansers. We're going to keep moving. But I mean, I would admit maybe the American black duck, neither the male nor the female is particularly you know, specially colored. I'll admit that. I'm not saying they're ugly or anything, but nothing, you know, nothing in terms of, oh wow. Much more activity here. We've just got to find a good spot to see. You know what? I better start giving you a look from here, just to get a sense of how things are. Much more activity here now. So it looks to be many of the same species, but also some mergansers, common mergansers. Oh yeah, they're here. It's just a matter of finding a good spot from which to see them. That other flock we saw was just a limited small flock by the looks of things. Likely more of the same. I'm not seeing anything else standing out as a different species. Again, redheads, ringneck ducks, some scops, canvasbacks. Oh, that's an American widgeon there. That center screen. Hold on. I'm not going to find it now. There are some Canada geese closer to the shoreline. I just caught a glimpse of them. Let's go right here. Those are female canvasbacks there. Female scops, redhead, that's a male redhead. I think those are ringneck duck females, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, let's, I gotta do something, one second. That's better. And let me see if I can kind of show you. You can see, I mean, this flock, and it may be all the same, you know, few species, but you can see it extends quite a ways. There are a lot of birds here. Who's that? Hold on, I'm hearing somebody. those birds, the browner, that bird there, for instance, that I believe is a female scaup. That very prominent white spot just behind the bill. I'm not sure what I'm hearing. Well, there's a, I don't know if it's the same one, but that's an American widgeon there. You see the, with the green eye stripe and the creamy yellow streak that goes from the bill upwards. That was a common merganser male that just dove, and those look like canvas backs, yes. We won't stay here all day, but we could. I'll admit they're not really concentrated, and in a small area. They're spread out a bit, but they're, like I say, there are a lot of birds here. And this is not an uncommon thing here on Cayuga Lake in winter. If I were to see this in summer, I'd be shocked. There's no way, for a number of reasons. Most of these birds really wouldn't even be anywhere near here in summertime. Now, if you've been with us on, when we've visited Wildlife Drive, sometimes we see, large numbers of ducks, but we see them almost at eye level instead of looking down like we are now. Oh. I don't know what that was about, if anything. It looks like many of the birds have all of a sudden decided to move farther out. Why? I don't know if something showed up. I don't know if a bird of prey is around. But many of them moved out a little bit farther. You can see, like, even there's a more defined edge to the flock and the water, but for instance, the geese, they didn't move. we'll move on shortly, but in fact, let's move on now, and maybe we'll see. By the way, I did not, as I drove up here, I did not see any snow geese on the water. See a couple crows here in the trees. Make it 3, maybe 4. We'll stop right here for a second. Oh, sorry. Got some swans here, just a couple. And don't know what kind they are. My guess is tundra. Couple mallards here, along with the Canada geese. There's a gull there. I think ring-billed. What am I hearing? I have to admit, I'm not necessarily familiar with all the duck vocalizations because some of them we just don't usually get to hear. This might just give you an idea of the extent of the flock. Generally have moved farther out away from us, so whatever startled them seems to have done that, but they're starting to come back a ways. Okay, we're going to move on. Yeah, I mean, as I'm driving here, there are some ducks that are much closer to the shoreline, and more swans are in view. Oh, and some now are flying out farther out. That could be. I'm not that close to the water, but maybe my vehicle startled them. I don't know. Take a look at a few swans and maybe something else. I don't know. Okay, hold on a second. The water's not very shallow on the northern end of the lake, so they could be reaching for, they are probably reaching for vegetation, and successfully so. Again, these are tundra swans. Okay, I want to look at something, one or two things with binoculars. 1 second. I'm hearing noises. It sounds like maybe from the other side of the lake. I'm not seeing what could be doing it, though. These are canvasbacks. Female canvasback, isn't she cute? The shape of the canvasback's head and bill is pretty distinctive. The forehead slopes right down into the bill. Oh, hold on. Oh. And why? Why? Because of you. Bald eagle, and we have quite a few on the water and quite a few in the air. we're going to move on, but this has been nice to see. I hope you've enjoyed it. And everything has been reset. We still have, like I said, quite a few nearby, and maybe they continue to land. And I suspect that in time everything will come back. But it seemed like some went further south. But I don't know if they're going to come back or not. The swans really weren't disturbed at all. And we're going to move on. That was nice. There are still ducks in the air. I mean, still flying around, maybe deciding where they want to land. Looks like, if we go into the boat launch area, we might be able to see, many of those ducks. I'm just going to show you from here. I'm not going to go into the boat launch area. But many are still in the air, like I said, and many have decided to land here in these areas. Will they all eventually become one large flock again? It's very possible. Let's continue here. It's almost 3 o'clock, so we've got to worry about the time. See an eastern bluebird. And another one. Oh, it just took off. Flew down to the ground. I wonder if it saw something. the birds continue. I see quite a few birds on the water from here. Just pull over here. Plenty more swans there, and okay, let's continue here. No sign yet of the red-headed woodpecker. Not that I've seen. Aha, I see it. Oh, don't you dare get out. I saw it. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Hey. Okay, I think it flew over to this tree here. I don't know where. Didn't see it fly back, but I don't know. Might have. Got the sense it was kind of sort of chasing after somebody, another bird. Hold on one second. Oh, I see it again. Hold on. Oh, I don't think I can get it for you. It's on the other side of this tree. Just saw it fly up there, but I don't see it now. And I do see somebody who was, I think, taking photos of it. You know what? Let's drive this way. Oh, I see it. Stay there, stay there, stay there. Where are you? Where are you? Hey. I saw it for a second again. It was peeking out. Again, we're looking at a red-headed woodpecker. We've had some success in seeing it the last few weeks, and I have been very happy with that. Even if the looks have been brief. Sorry. This camera battery is about to go, so I have to change it soon. But it's nice to see this red-headed woodpecker as it goes about things. I've lost sight of it. Oh, no. There it is. Oh, there's... Okay. As I've explained in prior weeks, you know, we don't get to see them often, and their numbers are declining rapidly. It's considered a rare bird for the area. And so for me, to see one, it's a treat. I've lost sight of it. I think we're going to get going. Oh, there it is. Wait. Oh, shoot. I don't know where it is. I see it. I just... Hold on. It's obviously snowing a bit now. We've got snow blowing around and that's the tree moving a little bit. Okay. Well, as I say, it's always a treat to see one of these, and I'm glad we're getting this view, even though the snow is coming in now and kind of ruining it a bit. This is, in some ways, the best we've had, the best look we've had at a red-headed woodpecker these last few weeks, and I think it's time for us to move along. It's been a treat. Do I see it anywhere still, or no? No. Not with the naked eye anyway. Just check on some things. One second. Okay. You can see this. The snow has caught up to us a bit, and actually, I'll show you in a second. Visibility has gone from very nice and clear to nothing. I can't even really see out on the water there. You can probably kind of sort of see that for yourselves now. But my suspicion is that this will pass through quickly. Let's just continue on a little ways, and then we'll likely take a break coming up in a few minutes. But I just want to drive further south. We'll see if maybe things clear up for us. There are other smaller birds I've been seeing. I can kind of see the birds out there on the water. I'm seeing a few smaller birds flying around here as we leave the park area. And there are birds on the water. I can't really see them well. Canada geese, the ducks farther out, but the visibility is no longer good. Swans. Is that a crow? Probably. Up ahead. Yeah, I think so. Oh, my fingers are freezing. So we'll just see as we progress here. Again, I'm still seeing ducks out there farther out on the water. Viewing of them would not be good, I have to say. Some American black ducks nearby, just a few. For me, these areas, this road and how it comes along, it passes right by Cayuga Lake, and we get some of these lake views. And in winter, we often, not always, often have some, nice bird watching here. This has become a location for me, meaning it's an area I look forward to visiting for winter. Just like Sapsucker Woods is an area, just like Wildlife Drive is an area in the warmer months. This has become an area for me as well. It's and it's good winter bird watching. I mean, we don't always see a lot of birds, but we often do, don't we? And it's definitely worth it, and it's something to look forward to. So in the fall when it seems like, oh, winter's coming, well, sometimes it's like, oh, winter's coming. It's definitely worthwhile bird watching as far as I'm concerned. Now, as I had said, I didn't really see much on my way, here earlier. Something out there. So I think we are about to take a break. If I had seen a lot, then maybe I'd keep the camera running and we'd drive back to Ithaca together. Okay, last week, for instance, I had even seen some mute swans from here. I'm not seeing those. So I think it's time we took a break. I think between 4:15 and 4:30, I should be back up and running in Ithaca. So it's break time, everybody. I'll just see if you received the message. Hello everybody, welcome to the Cornell University campus. It is 23 degrees, lost another degree. And we are just driving around looking for our hawks. As I reached the campus, I did see one red-tailed hawk in the air, but I quickly lost sight of it, and I don't know if it was either Big Red or Arthur. It did appear to be an adult, but like I said, I quickly lost sight of it as I continued. I will have to say also, shortly after we began the break, I did see mute swans on Cayuga Lake, and also as I made my way here, I did see some snow geese on Cayuga Lake. So I didn't stop to look at either, really, but they are a part of the day. I don't know if those mute swans had been in my view before closing up. Or if I just simply had missed them, and then I think there may have been even more mute swans, but I wanted to hurry and arrive here, so I didn't even look at another grouping of swans I had seen afterwards. Anyway, we're looking around now, and so far, other than that one red-tailed hawk sighting, and maybe I should go back to that area. It's on the other side of campus. But it was really on the, I think it was even at the edge of the campus, and no longer a part of the campus. Not that the hawks have to, not that they worry about what the actual border of the campus is. They're free to go anywhere they want. By the way, that song was A Little Moxie by Cindy Bradley. Other than, I didn't really have a very eventful drive here. Actually, though, it seemed like it was a fairly quick drive. It was kind of nice. No overly slow traffic to deal with. Except once I reached Ithaca, then it became very slow, and some of that is Ithaca's fault. The road I used has a series of traffic lights, and it must be at least somewhat deliberate to catch you at essentially every single light. And I can understand they don't want people driving 50 miles an hour, but still, I think they stop you a little too often. And I would, quite honestly, I'd probably argue that at least a few of those traffic lights, in fairness, at least when I see them, whenever I go through it, maybe I'm not there at the busiest traffic times, but I see so little traffic going in the other direction, from the other side, you wonder why they have traffic lights there at all in some of those locations. Anyway, so here on the campus, there's a little bit of snow in the air, and that's how it's been all day. It's a little bit of snow at times, and then all of a sudden it'll clear up. So that's the kind of weather it has, we've had all day, and that's all right. Hasn't really bothered us too much. I'm not sure if I'm going to go to Sapsucker Woods or not today. I mean, if the conditions aren't good, maybe it wouldn't be all that fun to go there. Although, you know, quite honestly, with the snow on the ground, I would not be surprised if the feeding garden is actually fairly busy, or at least was fairly busy today. I don't know for certain, of course, but I wouldn't be surprised. Come on. Oh. Let's hear a little more Cindy Bradley. This is Live Slope, everybody. And the sledding's been going on for many years. And I imagine the conditions are good today because there's snow, but not too much snow, so it's not too deep. could watch, but we're here to look for birds. But we'll look a little bit. Be careful. If I had to guess, that sledding is, not officially sanctioned, and I wouldn't be surprised if Cornell objects to it officially. Maybe looks the other way when it happens. But I don't know. Stadium lights are on, so I'm guessing some event is going on. Can't tell what. Well, I should have stopped and looked, but I don't know if it was football of some sort. Obviously, the college football season's over, but I don't know what that was down there. Could have been something else. Probably was. Other than a few starlings, I haven't seen anybody. May end up going to Sapsucker anyway. I don't know. Running out of time. We don't want to hear this. Starlings flying around. Let's find something good to listen to, if I can. May have to use the voice interface. understand the order that it puts this playlist in. Makes no sense whatsoever. I didn't do that. Well, I'll try the voice interface. Or you know what? Actually, I know what I'll do. I know what I'll do. Oh, can't do that. Never mind. Alright, we'll use the voice interface. Ready?
Yes.
Play Supersize.
Okay, supersize.
I see somebody. Probably a peregrine falcon. Maybe not. Probably, though. We'll go take a closer look. Oh, it's gone. And it's flying around now. Yep, definitely a peregrine falcon. And no, we don't want to hear this. Just where'd it go? It took off, and I wonder if it went after some of the starlings who had stirred, the ones that were on the nest tower. And now I don't see the peregrine any longer. I bet it's on one of the lower perches, and the trees are in my way. Obviously, the snow has come in, so I don't think we'll be going. The weather's been changing every 5 minutes. Yeah, I see it up there. It's been changing every few minutes, it seems, and all day today. So now we're in the middle of a snow squall, a bit of a snow squall. Not a big deal, but this would not make for good birding sapsucker. But, who knows? Sapsucker could have sunny weather right now, for all we know. I think I saw that peregrine again. Yeah, I definitely see it. Let's take a quick look. So that's a peregrine falcon on one of the lower perches, not the lowest level, but one of the perches on Bradfield Hall. So we'll continue looking around. As you can see, we're not going to have good visibility. And in the meantime, let's hear.
Yes.
Play full effect.
Okay, full effect.
I see somebody. Hold on. Not where I expected. You gotta turn around. Looked like a red-tailed hawk to me. We're going to drive down there. It is a red-tailed hawk, and it looks like Big Red to me. Might be, might not be, but it has her coloration. Oh, I can't do this. Hold on, not here. So smooth. That was Boney James and Full Effect. I really like that song. It's something I've newly discovered. I don't know how long it's been around, but I just heard it recently. And anyway, we just saw a red-tailed hawk. And I'm going to try to... Oh! Whoever it was is gone. No longer there. Was on this street light post, and now I don't see it any longer. Again, it had looked like Big Red. At least it had her coloring. You know, plenty of color on the breast, and we've seen her in this area before, so it's not like we're outside of her territory. I don't know where she might have gone. Earlier, we heard Supersize, and that was by Ollie Silk. Another new one for me. So where might she have gone? See her anywhere. You know, I mentioned we saw just minutes ago. It seemed like everything was all snowy and everything, and look, the sky is kind of sort of clearing up again. I'd love to see her and see her well. Again, I believe that was Big Red, although I'm not 100% certain. Fairly certain. We're gonna, you know what, we'll continue in this direction here. Maybe she is somewhere nearby. I don't know. Good to see her regardless, because we hadn't seen her last week or two. Actually, last week we did not see either Big Red or Arthur, although we did see a red-tailed hawk, on the campus, but it was not someone we knew. And the prior week we did see Arthur. We did not see Big Red. We're not going to go any farther than this. Let's turn around here. Yes, I know. There's another car coming too. Thank you. Right here, there is some snow on the road. I mean, I wouldn't want to be driving here at high speed. Yeah, now it looks almost like the sun is coming back out. shouldn't have gone that way. We're going to turn around again. Wish this bus were not here. It's kind of in the way. One second. Let me just look around down there from here. All right, let's turn around. Down to the Beebe Lake area. That's where I was headed in the first place when I spotted her. I don't know if the lake will have a layer of ice on it. I suspect it will. Yeah, it does. It doesn't take much for that to happen. Just looking around as I drive here. Never know. Okay, so we saw her on this street light here. See her anywhere around. Now, you know, it's a lot of trees around, so it's not necessarily easy to spot her if she is still in the area. Sometimes when you're looking around for a particular bird, you know, you have to remember that they're not obligated to follow the roads and you know, trails or whatever that you are. They can go wherever they want, and they use that third dimension to go to some of these areas. So I mean, there, in a given area, there are probably other areas right nearby that are not accessible to you, or they seem like they're far away because of what you'd have to do to get to them, but they're maybe just a quick flight away from where the bird had been before. A number of buses on campus today, for whatever reason. So in terms of raptors, we've seen a red-tailed hawk. We've also seen a peregrine falcon here on the campus. And I haven't shown them to you, but some starlings, which are not raptors, of course. And that's just about all I've seen. Arboretum is right ahead, and it's closed. Let's head up this way, I guess. Why not? Well, I want to do one thing first. She gave us a slip. Didn't we hear this earlier today? cross this bridge, but it's really, I would say, too late to go to Sapsucker. I mean, we could go have a... Oh, we heard this last week. See Canada geese in the air. Like I said, we heard that last week. That was Sweet Sundays by Tim Bowman. Relatively new to me. I just came across it a couple weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks. So, like I said, it's really too late to go to Sapsucker. And, you know, I don't know if we might have seen something, who knows? I mean, can never say never, but it's late in the day, 22 degrees, and with the weather changing constantly, I didn't really want to go there. Although, who knows, maybe we would have seen some good activity near the pond and near the feeding garden. I don't know. Oh, by the way, not done yet for the day. Just want to note something. And I don't know if this applies to the bubblers at Sapsucker Woods, but I heard something, and I need to investigate a little further. I heard that there may be an environmental issue associated with the bubblers. I heard that there's a certain lake where there's an association associated with it, and the association asks that people had been using bubblers, and I guess they've been asking that they not be used. So like I said, I need to. I'd like to learn more about that why, and I don't know if it's an environmental reason or if there's some kind of issue with them. You know, I've wondered for years now why the Lab of Ornithology no longer uses the bubblers. And maybe there's maybe it's not just a simple decision. Maybe they felt they had a compelling reason not to use them anymore, rather than simply just not bothering, or maybe theirs were damaged, or they didn't like spending the the energy to run them. I don't know. So I was meaning to look into it further, but I just forgot about it, to be honest with you. The peregrine still seems to be up there. I wonder if the peregrine actually even went after anything, or if it just had simply decided to fly from the top of the roof to a protected perch. I don't know. Okay, I needed one moment, 1 second. We still have a little bit of daylight, so we have some time to look. One second, I'm going to do one more thing. So, with the remaining time, we'll continue looking for our hawks. Maybe we'll have luck, maybe we won't, I don't know. Let's drive in here one more time. some areas of BB Lake are open, without ice, but I don't see any activity there. It's not with not with the naked eye as I drive by. It's getting dark. Wish we would have seen more birds today, of course. Started off slowly and had some good luck along Cayuga Lake, but here we haven't seen all that much. I would have obviously liked to have had good looks at our hawks. But all we had was one brief, not so good look at Big Red. Still, I'll take it. No. Can't listen to that. Would like to, but can't. Just trying to find something good to listen to. Well, that's not bad. Let's listen to this. A little more Cindy Bradley. We'll take a left also. I know we've been in here before, but we'll look again. Peregrine is still there. Was Drive off of her latest album, Cindy Bradley's latest album, Promise. In case you were wondering. No, don't want to hear this. Well, let's go back to, again, more Cindy Bradley. I don't see the peregrine. So I may have been wrong. Maybe it wasn't still there. Or maybe it just left now. Just recently. That was Massive Transit by Cindy Bradley, a song I happen to like a lot. Hope you enjoyed it too. I think it was probably our second to last song, and maybe we'll play maybe one more. And I think, we're not having much luck finding anybody, so it's probably about time I called it a day. Let's see what else we can listen to. Well, we'll play, how about one more song? Another new one for me.
Yes?
Play Just As You Are.
Okay, just as you are.
Everybody, I think that's going to just about do it for the day. They're still sliding down the slope, live slope to our right. But we are out of light, out of time, and apparently out of birds to see. They're not making themselves visible for us, unfortunately. So I think it's time I headed home. Hope you enjoyed the day. We had some really nice luck, I thought. I really enjoyed just watching the birds on Cayuga Lake today. Would have liked to have seen more, of course, here on the campus, and just didn't see much in Montezuma. It was very quiet while we were there, but it's understandable given the weather and the conditions. But it's we'll see. Maybe next week we'll have better luck up there. Who knows? You never know. That's, like I said earlier today, we don't know, and that's why we're out here and why we're looking for birds as we do. But in the meantime, it's time for me to pack up. Hope you enjoyed it, as I said. Hope you'll have a great night and a great week. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.